Honourable Carmel Cipollone.
To the Prime Minister, does he stand by all his government's statements and actions?
Right Honourable Winston Peters.
Yes, with the usual caveats.
Supplementary. Who is correct? David Seymour, who thinks treaty principles should be unilaterally be rewritten by the Crown? Winston Peters, who thinks they don't even exist? Or Christopher Luxon, who thinks they are, quote, partnership, protection and other things, end quote?
That's a case of what I might call res ipsa loquitur. The thing speaks for itself.
It certainly does. Yeah. Shouldn't that be on behalf of?
Supplementary.
It should, actually.
Did Shane Jones...
Just a moment. Just a question, clarification. This is on behalf of the Prime Minister. Is that just clarifying the member's position?
Well, I'm certain that Prime Minister Luxon understands a bit of Latin as well.
Okay.
Honourable Carmel Cipollone.
Supplementary. Did Shane Jones push to allow commercial ringnet fishing in the Hauraki Gulf Marine Protection Bill, overriding Conservation Minister Tama Pōtaka's push to protect that area, reflect Pōtaka's self-described lowly position in the food chain? If not, why was he overruled?
Well, the difference between some political parties and ones on this side of the House is that we treat every member as an equal. We don't think we're superior. So to describe Minister Pōtaka that way, I think, so unmeritorious of that usually generous member over there. And the second thing is, by a process of consultation, they came to a conclusion together.
Supplementary. Does he agree with Casey Costello that, quote, we know we want to deliver, we need some clear, logical conversations about what we're trying to achieve, which is smoke-free, end quote? If so, is he concerned that the number of daily smokers has risen by 16,000 people year on year, the first such jump in recent history?
We are so pleased that member asked that question. First of all, the results of a representative survey looking at the trend rather than year on year. Over the last 5 years, the Maori smoking rate has halved, while smoking rates are lowest in our young people, signalling a generational shift away from cigarettes. The smoking rate for 18 to 24-year-olds is now down to 4.2%. 15 and 17-year-olds is down now to less than 1%. And daily smoking rates have declined amongst all peoples. But here's the point, we're in the first three in the world, and we got there with legislation, not Labour's, but designed by New Zealand First. And that's why it's a 5-year survey, and every change that Labour made between 2023 was never coming into effect until 2027. So they can take no credit whatsoever, and New Zealand First with Ash, I might add, can take all the credit.
Supplementary. Does he expect Winston Peters to engage with Nicola Willis during the next budget process, or will the Foreign Affairs Minister defy convention and go over the Finance Minister's head once again?
Again, that'll be news to Nicola Willis, because no one goes over her head, and everybody in this side of the House knows that. And the second thing is that when you are presenting policy and plans that are bespoke wisdom, it usually is quite persuasive.
Supplementary. Why is he considering non-rail-enabled ferries when the National New Zealand First Coalition Agreement says they must, quote, facilitate the development and efficiency of ports and strengthen international supply networks, end quote, and as Deputy Prime Minister has stated that, quote, rail is vital national infrastructure, end quote?
Again, I'm very grateful for that question because, first of all, it's based on some experience in rail where we turned it around between 17 and 20 and we saved rail in this country. The second thing is that there's a decision going to be made by this government before the 11th of December. And beg your pardon? How long have you been here? Hey? Yeah, it shows. It shows. It was always...
I guess the member asked for that response. I think we'll go back to the question. Thank you.
It was always on the 11th of December or before. So we haven't pushed any date out at all. And wait, and you'll see a plan emerge of which I'm certain in time that member will be proud.
Supplementary. What is the point of Shane Jones' Regional Infrastructure Fund when communities are crumbling due to the collapse of industries like timber mills and meatworks?
Well, the reality is that we inherited a seriously failing economy, much worse than many people thought, and a power system that was the most costly in the world. All these things are staggering, and I understand what the member is saying, but what is the purpose of Shane Jones's mission? It is to do what so many parties have not done, or governments have not done, and that is to invest seriously in the provinces and return us to be the country we once were in the top 3 in the world. And Mr Jones is quite different from a lot of people in this parliament. He's an action man. Now, some talk and some act, and Mr Jones is an action man, and if he doesn't know that, go down to a Portakey, go down to the Hawke's Bay,
All right,
go down to
enough
Invercargill,
noise.
and all over this country they are seeing a revival of action politics from somebody who knows what he's doing.
Drill.